You've been putting money into your 401k for 20 years, every paycheck, that automatic deduction. You feel responsible and you feel like you're doing the right thing. But here's what nobody told you. The average 401k balance for someone in their 60s is $58,000. That's not a typo. 58,000. Do you know what that gets you in retirement? About $230 a month for the rest of your life. You worked 40 years to earn less than minimum wage in retirement. And this isn't an accident. This isn't because people are lazy or bad with money. This is the system working exactly as designed. Your 401k isn't your safety net. It's your employer's escape hatch from giving you a real pension. It's Wall Street's way of gambling with your future while charging you fees every step of the way. Right now, there are 75-year-olds stocking shelves at Walmart because their 401k ran dry. They followed all the rules, they trusted the system, and the system left them working until they die. If this sounds familiar, if this fear keeps you up at night, it's because deep down you already know the truth. And if this feels familiar, it's because it was designed to. Let me tell you how this scam started. In 1978, Congress passed a tax code called Section 401k. It was never meant to replace pensions. It was a tax shelter for rich executives who wanted to defer their bonuses. But corporate America saw an opportunity. Why pay for guaranteed pensions when you could trick workers into funding their own retirement? Within 20 years, pensions disappeared. Companies convinced millions of Americans that managing their own retirement was freedom, financial independence. But here's what really happened. They transferred all the risk from the company to you. Market crashes, your problem. Bad investment choices, your fault. Not enough money saved? Should have worked harder. Your grandfather worked for the same company 30 years and retired with dignity. Full pension, health care covered, enough money to live without fear. You've worked for 5 different companies because loyalty is dead, and you're supposed to be grateful for the privilege of gambling your future in the stock market. This isn't progress. This is theft disguised as empowerment. And the theft is so complete that you thank them for it. But this part hurts even more. The fees are eating you alive, and you don't even know it. Every year, your 401k gets hit with management fees, administrative fees, investment fees, and fees on the fees. The average American pays over $150,000 in 401k fees over their lifetime. $150,000. That's more than most people have saved for retirement. Wall Street calls these fees small, just 1 or 2%. But compound that over 30 years, and you're looking at losing 30 to 40% of your retirement. They're not managing your money, they're mining it. Every market swing, every rebalancing, every fund swap generates fees. Win or lose, they get paid. You bear all the risk while they take a cut of everything. And here's the cruelest part. When you finally retire and your balance is pathetic, they'll tell you it's because you didn't save enough, not because they spent decades skimming your future. The financial advisor who sold you those high-fee funds, he drives a BMW while you're wondering if you can afford groceries. Your poverty is their profit. Your desperation is their dividend. And it gets worse. You're competing against robots and billionaires with the same $20 from your paycheck every week. High-frequency trading algorithms execute millions of trades per second. Hedge funds with unlimited resources and inside information move markets before you even know what happened. And you think your mutual fund has a chance? The game is rigged from the start. When you buy, they already sold. When you panic and sell, they're buying at the bottom. Every market crash transfers wealth from regular people like you to the ultra-rich who have the money to wait it out. 2008, 2020, every crash follows the same pattern. Regular investors lose everything, while the wealthy buy assets at fire sale prices. Your 401k isn't investing. It's wealth transfer from the working class to the financial elite. They've convinced you that putting money in the market makes you an investor. But you're not an investor. You're the product being sold. Every contribution you make feeds a machine designed to extract wealth from people who can't afford to lose it. The house always wins, and you're not the house. But here's what really breaks the system. Most people cash out their 401k during financial emergencies. 60% of Americans have less than $1,000 in savings. So when life hits, when medical bills pile up, when job loss happens, where do they turn? That retirement account becomes an expensive emergency fund. Early withdrawal penalties, taxes, fees. A $10,000 withdrawal becomes $6,000 after the government and Wall Street take their cut. But you do it anyway because you're drowning. Then you promise yourself you'll pay it back. You never do. The next emergency hits and you withdraw again. By the time you reach retirement age, your account is empty or close to it. The system knows this will happen. They count on it. Every early withdrawal generates massive profits through penalties and fees. They've created a trap where your retirement money becomes emergency money and your emergencies become their windfalls. You're not building wealth, you're feeding a machine that profits from your desperation. Every dollar you put in makes them richer while keeping you exactly where they want you. Broke and desperate. And this is where the lies get personal. They tell you to contribute enough to get the company match. Free money, they say. But that match comes with golden handcuffs called vesting schedules. Leave your job before 5 years and you lose it all. Stay longer than you should in a dead-end job because you're afraid to lose that match. And you've just traded your career growth for pennies. Companies use that match to trap talent and underpay workers. They'll offer a 4% match on a salary that should be 20% higher. You stay for the match while they save millions on the salary they're not paying you. That free money costs you everything. Your mobility, your earning potential, your dignity. And when you finally do leave, half the time the match disappears anyway through vesting cliffs and forfeiture rules buried in documents you never read. They dangle the match like a carrot while the stick beats you senseless. You think you're getting something for nothing, but you're paying with years of your life for money that was never really yours. The match isn't free money. It's expensive chains. But the cruelest trick hasn't even been revealed yet. Here's the contradiction that breaks everything. They tell you to max out your 401k contributions. $23,000 a year if you're over 50, but the average American household makes $60,000 before taxes. Do the math. You're supposed to put almost half your gross income into retirement while living on what's left. You can't afford to max out your 401k, and you can't afford not to. If you contribute the maximum, you'll be broke today. If you don't, you'll be broke tomorrow. Either way, you're broke. The system has created an impossible choice between surviving now and surviving later, and they blame you for not choosing better. Meanwhile, the rich don't use 401ks. They have trust funds, real estate, businesses, and tax shelters you'll never even hear about. The 401k was designed for the middle class that no longer exists. You're playing a game with rules written for people making 10 times what you make, wondering why you keep losing. The 401k isn't retirement planning. It's financial torture disguised as responsibility. And the torture is just beginning. Healthcare will destroy whatever retirement savings you manage to build. The average couple needs $300,000 just for medical expenses in retirement, $300,000. Your $58,000 401k balance covers about 6 months of healthcare costs if you're lucky. One cancer diagnosis, one stroke, one fall that requires surgery, and your entire retirement disappears overnight. Medicare doesn't cover everything, and what it doesn't cover will bankrupt you. Long-term care costs $80,000 a year. Home health care, prescription drugs, specialist visits. Every year you live past 70 is a financial death sentence. The system wants you sick and broke because sick broke. People don't fight back. They die quietly in understaffed nursing homes paid for by Medicaid after their life savings are gone. Your 401k isn't retirement security. It's a down payment on your medical bankruptcy. The money you're saving for golden years will be gone before you see 65, and you'll spend your final years as a burden on children who are too broke to help you. But there's one thing they never want you to figure out. The real retirement plan is building assets they can't touch. Real estate you own outright. Skills that generate income regardless of age. Businesses that work without you. Multiple streams of money that don't depend on Wall Street or corporate promises. The wealthy never bet their future on one account that someone else controls. Stop feeding the 401k machine and start building real wealth. Take that monthly contribution and put it towards something you own completely. Learn skills that pay. Build relationships that matter. Create value that lasts. Your future depends on what you control, not what you contribute to accounts designed to fail you. The 401k system needs your money to survive, But you don't need the system to build wealth. Every dollar you don't put into their rigged game is a dollar you can use to build something real, something yours, something that works for you instead of against you. Stop playing their game and start playing your own. They don't want you to know this, but now you do. If this shattered everything you believed about retirement, good. The truth hurts, but staying blind hurts worse. Millions of people are sleepwalking into poverty because they trusted a system designed to fail them. Don't be one of them. Subscribe if you're ready to see how deep this goes. The lies about money don't stop with your 401k. They go deeper than you think.